Things are looking really, really good. They've definitely exploded in growth in the last couple days. I haven't really touched them at all since I put in the new Mars Hydro. It's been definitely kicking ass. I just gave them a pretty good feeding today. For the most part, things are looking like they're about to be ready to top here again soon, but I definitely did want to get this feeding in just so that they get a little bit of a chance to eat, get some energy up in their roots, and then hopefully they should be ready for a topping. And this one is gonna maybe be a little on the extreme side. I guess it's always kind of on the extreme side when you're doing this, but like, yeah, you know, I want to top it down to there, and obviously that's a lot of the plant going away all at once, but you know, definitely within the next couple days I want to top these, and then probably about a week from that topping I'll try to move 3 of these into the greenhouse and just kind of see how things go from there, I guess. Hopefully that all goes well and I don't kill these plants. I don't think they'll die, but you know, you never know. You might stunt the growth or do something to them. Around 420 or on 420, these are going to get topped again. Give them another week and then we'll see what the temperatures are looking like outside, and we might just throw 3 of these into the greenhouse. The main problem now is that I am still seeing the temperatures drop down to like 39 degrees in the greenhouse. I think is the lowest I've seen so far, so definitely don't want it dropping that low. Probably going to have to throw the heater out there just to make sure that they stay a little bit warmer at night, because yeah, that will make all the difference in the world. It really will. I just wanted to do a little bit of a quiet before the storm recording before I did the incredibly drastic move that I'm about to do. Be prepared to wince at your screen, because I'm sure a lot of you are gonna wince at your screen to what I'm about to do, but oh boy, it's gonna be drastic. I straight up can't even lie, it's pretty hard not to hate myself for doing what I just did. Like, I know it's probably gonna be alright, and I've done this like so many times before that like I'm really like deep down not even tripping about it, but it's just like it is so hard to just like do this and not like fucking feel bad about it every single time, because oh my god, did I cut a lot of stuff off. And again, I waited like probably too long to do this. I don't really know why I chose to do it this way. I think it was mostly just because I was waiting for this smaller plant to sort of catch up, and really I probably should have just did everything at its own pace, and it's whatever. But they've got some pretty big wounds to heal, and that's really the only thing I'm kind of worried about, because yeah, these aren't really like super young stalks at this point. They're getting pretty thick for topping. As you can see, they're doing pretty dang good. They've been bouncing back pretty well from that. It's probably time to start doing a little bit of training on some of these, particularly this one. It's got one of these bad boys is just, or hopefully girls obviously, is just getting very excited here and getting quite long. Getting some pretty decent symmetry here with this plant, a little bit with this plant, and a little bit with this plant. I think that one's probably the best looking one so far. I'm thinking that one for sure is going to be staying in the tent. Probably one of these two is going to be staying in the tent. Like, if I was just looking at them, like, these two look more similar than these two look, so I think I'd rather have 2 that are growing fairly similarly in this tent together. So actually I'll probably just like gauge it based on how they're looking a little bit closer to when I start to move some of these, but for sure that one's going outside. I just kind of don't like that one. I am starting to like it a little bit more, just because it's starting to finally actually take shape and grow. So it'll be interesting to see what this one does now that it's finally time to stop fucking with all these plants and stressing them out so hard. You know, who knows? That one might start looking pretty damn good here now that I'm done stressing the fuck out of it and it can actually, like, you know, do its thing. It is nice to know that I'm like through the worst part of growing this stuff. Gotten literally all of the worst parts out of the way here, and it should be pretty much smooth sailing from this point on, as long as I've got my bug control dialed in, which I think I'm going to try to figure out some sort of pest control solution other than ladybugs. I'm probably still going to use the ladybugs, but I do want to like get in here with some sort of spray or something, obviously something that's not going to kill me, but it'd be nice to get in here with some sort of like foliar spray or whatever before they go into flower, and then of course hit them with the ladybugs too. As far as these clones are concerned, I've like already gotten rid of a few of them. I don't have high hopes for these. I never did have high hopes for these. They're definitely not doing anything yet. I am in no way a cloning expert. I've never cloned anything, honestly. Eventually I gotta just like figure out how to do it the right way instead of just half-assing it like this. This was just like a stupid little experiment just because I felt bad about throwing away all the trimmings from this stuff, so all this stuff's probably gonna get thrown away here in a couple days, and I probably should do that just for the sake of like bugs and standing water and shit. That's a no-go. We'll just roll with the punches like I normally do. Just hope for the best as far as like male versus female goes. But for sure, we're definitely gonna have at least a couple females. It's almost impossible not to get at least a couple. But yeah, for anybody, if there was anybody at this point who was doubting the last topping there, which was pretty dramatic, well, here you go. The plants don't really fucking care. They're doing pretty good at this point. And yeah, I just gave them a pretty good feeding, so they should be doing some pretty good growth here in the next week. But yeah, you know, that's pretty much it. Not a whole lot to this. In the next week, I'm going to be doing a little bit of tidying up with this. A little bit of training here and there. Other than that, yeah, not really gonna fuck with this shit too bad. Just gonna kind of let it do its thing from here on out. It's what, the 23rd right now, so I've got literally a week. Hopefully within the next week these things get big enough to where I'm feeling like I can actually throw 3 of them outside. It is just barely getting to the point where it's warm enough. It is still getting to like low 40s at night, which isn't great, but at least it's not in the 30s anymore. At this point, I have the heater on its lowest setting, and we are still holding 66 in here for the most part. I honestly don't even think that thing's kicking on at all. Yeah, it's completely cold right now, and it's 69 degrees in here, so I don't think this heater's really doing much of anything, even at night. So I think I can pretty much put that thing outside at this point and see what kind of numbers I can pull in the greenhouse before I throw these things in there. But yeah, anyways, just kind of rambling at this point. Don't want to make this thing too long. This is the update, hallelujah, and all that stuff. See you guys in the next one.